Instead of doing that, they are now like bringing Governor Kashim Shettima, who is a Muslim, to deputize Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is already a Muslim. It's uncalled for. It's unfortunate, really, really unfortunate. But politicians, they could not think beyond their selfish interests to say, okay, let's bring everybody. Let's bring both the northern Christians together to say, okay, let's have a common ground, a Nigeria for all. Instead of that one, they are now working towards separating between the Christians and the Muslims. And that's exactly what is happening in this case. It's unfortunate. APC is the ruling party. They're supposed to live and set an example for others to emulate. Instead of that, they are doing and pursuing a divisive politics. And that is what it means. It's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Let's assume that peradventure they win. It means at the Council of State, the president is the Muslim, the vice president too is a Muslim. If it happened that the secretary to the government of the federation happens to be a Muslim, you will discover that everything, it will be some certain categories of religious group. Half of the population are being shut out from the system. That is what it means.
So, a Catholic bishop in Borno said that that the Ibrahim Kashim is just one of the best, because during his tenure as governor, there's no other person who have accommodated a Christian within the state as a governor like him.
See,
and they have a track record.
This go beyond Kashim Shettima personal achievement or whatever thing. We're talking about a template here. If you have set a template, tomorrow both of us will fall into it, and that is exactly what we are trying to avoid in this case. Let's assume that after 2023, 2027, we now have Christian. What will happen then? Does it mean that the Muslims would they take it?
That will not be possible.
So that is exactly what we're talking about. And again, let's try to avoid a pit hole that will consume this nation. And that is exactly what we're preaching now. For instance, if you discover that, Tinubu now decided to complete his 8 years with Kashim Shettima. After that 8 years, Kashim Shettima would like to have his own term too.
Because the president is not coming from their region.
So he would like to have it. We have seen it. Okay,
no, because the president is not coming from their region, so actually to be their turn after 8 years.
You see, the fact is that Nigerian politicians, they have a way of manipulating here and there. Take the case of PDP. PDP, they had a zoning arrangement. They decided to jettison that now to say, okay, the political exigencies on the ground doesn't favor that. They decided to jettison that, and I foresee that happening after Tinubu has completed his own tenure. That is, if he eventually won. Kashim Shettima too would like to go to. It means we are going to record 16 years under Muslim leadership in Nigeria, and that is what we must avoid now. But politicians, they will tell you that, look, we are not alone. There are other political parties. That is the beauty of a multi-party system. No, to me, it's more or less like an arrogancy when you are pointing to someone to say, look, whether you like it or not, we have done our own. That is what they are saying.
The only thing that is left for Nigeria to make that choice to decide who become, because this is a choice of the party.
Dr.
It's not a choice for Nigeria. It's a choice of the party, but not a choice of Nigeria.
Far more than that.
No, it's a choice of the party, but not a choice of Nigeria.
The party. Now they will go to the electorate. We know quite okay that, look, the ruling party.
No, don't forget we have PDP, have a Labour Party, and we have other presidents that can be so why is it so important that
some Nigerians that will tell you that, look, in 2015, Goodluck Jonathan made a mistake to accept the result, and I'm telling you now, what happened in 2015, it will never happen again. I'm telling you, for an opposition to defeat a ruling party, it's not going to be too easy like that again. And that's what
Goodluck said, that the reason why he accepted the defeat was because of a bloodshed. People would die, which you already know that there will be much crisis.
Let me ask you this: if what transpired in 2015, are you saying that, look, with the kind of person that President Muhammadu Buhari is, if he was defeated in 2019, do you think he will accept that result?
I won't speak his mind. I'm not in his mind, so I won't really tell you. This is what
he will not,
because
I'm telling you,
you have not contested and nobody have won yet. So
I'm telling you for the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari will not accept that.
But don't forget, like, the man of rule of law. According to him,
rule of law. You put a caveat there that, look, unquestionable rule of law. He says so, but we have seen instances of
You know,
where he disregarded that.
no, even the president himself, I read his comment. I don't know if it's true, but I didn't get that. But I saw some of the publication about it. Say that is another exclusive interview. He said that you were asking him. He said he's this guy to lead that he's too tough. So the country itself is also too very tough.
The fact is that we are kind of deviating from what we are discussing, but we should just talk about it too. If the president is a man of rule of law, as the head of the party, as a leader of the party, he could at least add his voice to say, look, sir, put that sir as a mark of respect to Tinubu, to say, look, in your consideration of who to be your running mate, don't fail to put into consideration Nigeria's diversity. Nigeria's diversity doesn't stop on ethnicity alone. Religions too matters too. And that is why if you look at right from the military era, even the military era, that was an aberration to say, okay, as a military man, as a general, you can pick whoever you like because you are ruling at the gun of power. If the state would give room to say, okay, as president or head of state, your vice president or who is your supreme, the next in command to you will be from another religion, and that is how they did their own during the military era. So, and now we are having a democracy whereby it's a government for the people and for all. You are now coming to say, okay, certain category of people, you disregard them, despite all attempt to like made APC to do the right thing. And you are not seeing now some members of APC, they are now resigning from their listing based on saying, okay, they are shut out from the system.
No, do not forget that in politics, when you are not being favored, you use it. It's a transit. I think that political parties are like a transit, like somebody who is going to. Somebody who is going to UK and they reject you from airport. You just return back to your house.
Let me ask you this.
So people have their ways.
If you are from a plateau, probably you don't understand the kind of composition of Nigeria, especially when it comes to north. North here, we have the northern minorities that are Christians. How do you, if you are one of them, how do you go back to approach your people to say, come and vote APC in 2023? How do you do that? So the vulnerable thing that is left for you now is just to resign, to save yourself, because it will be difficult for you as a Christian, a northern Christian from maybe Plateau or from Southern Kaduna or from Adamawa, to say, okay, you are starting to campaign for APC, a Muslim-Muslim ticket that they have not been able to give you reasonable explanation. Don't forget that this thing is just not a matter of Tinubu's choice alone. Certain people within North, they said, look, if Tinubu presents a running mate, a Christian running mate from the North, we are not going to support him. It means they have rubbed on your face that your interest doesn't matter. That is what it means. So, as a Northern Christian, how do you do? Are you going to campaign or you will resign? It's a matter. To me, I will resign because I don't belong there. That is what it means.
So in a general context,
yeah,
what do you see in 2023?
Well, the permutation is already very clear that, look, the ruling party, which is the APC, they have already set a bad example, and we are going to see, already the battle line has been drawn, you understand? For some days, even before some days, remember that before Tinubu made the announcement of his choice, there was already rumor that he was going to pick a Muslim-Muslim, APC is going to present a Muslim ticket. And we have seen the handwriting on the wall. We have seen a lot of talks here and there. Some went viral, some viral videos, some uncomplimentary remarks here and there. At the end of the day, APC still present that Muslim ticket. Now, the beauty of multi-party system is that Nigerians have alternatives here and there. We have APC, we have Labour Party already. Don't forget that, look, the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is waxing stronger every day. And then Atiku too, they are there on their own too. It's not left for the other political parties to say, look, take advantage. The beauty of multi-party system is that we have varieties of political parties. At the end of the day, present your manifestos, push your program, make promises here and there, catches on the loopholes created by the ruling party and your other opponent, catches on that and make gain out of it. That is now what that the ball is now in the court of both the PDP and the APC and the Labour Party. They should be able to hammer on this. The loophole that APC created, the loophole that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu now present to the general public to say, okay, Muslim ticket, is it going to work? How is it going to work? If you left for me, if I'm in the Labour Party, what I will hammer on is in 2023 and as well as 2027. Because when Tinubu succeed, it means after Tinubu's tenure, Kashim Shettima too would like to continue. It will mean 16 good years of Muslim presidency. That is what it means. And don't forget about the Buhari's 8 years. So when you add it together, you are not going to have like 24 years. You understand? So the beauty of the multi-party system will come into play now. I believe so. Peter Obi should be able to harmonize his own political interests. Likewise, Atiku now, before PDP, they have had their own 16 years before. To me, the new person I've seen here now is Peter Obi. And Peter Obi is like, he's enjoying a kind of emotional and support. The emotional support that hopes around Igbo man has never been a president since 1966 that Zik was president of Nigeria, and that was old time. So let's say from 1999 to now, at least we are in a new democratic era now, but you have discovered that Igbo man has never been that. So you now see that a lot of energies and support behind Peter Obi. And I believe that the northern Christians that have been shoved out of the APC, they will give mass support to Peter Obi. If you ask me whether there's possibility of him becoming the president in 2023, all boils down to how politics is being played from the southwest. Are we going to see a situation whereby the Yoruba Christians decide not to support their own? Are we going to see that? So, as time goes on, we are going to see how it goes.
Okay, let's only look at Peng threatened solidarity strike with APSO.
Well,
and they're going to shut down the no school, no university.
See, do you take Nupeng serious? Do you take Nupeng serious? Even at a time that we're having biting...
don't forget that the fuel price have increased. The pump price now is 190.
That is no official statement regarding that.
But all the station, the pump price is 190.
That is no official statement regarding that. I traveled yesterday, some places, while I was coming, it was 220, 250. You understand? So right now, the only thing that government has failed to do now is to public statement regarding the regulation, to say, okay, we have to deregulate this. But just last week or 2 weeks ago, President Buhari himself, he said, look, it's not feasible for us to now deregulate, complete deregulation of the oil, downstream oil sector. He said so. Last week too, the Minister of Information, he said something regarding that look, they are not going to remove the subsidy completely. And it means, and now we are having hikes here and there. Who is telling? There's something that they are not telling us right. Something is not right, and they are not telling us well. Up to now, there is fuel scarcity. Remember, on this platform here, we said it before that look, it's like government is like in collaborating with the independent marketers, because nobody has been able to give us reasonable explanation to say, okay, this is the reason behind the scarcity. So it means somehow the independent marketers are hoarding purposely for the hike, and that is exactly what they are doing now.
Okay, let's also look at the Osho election.
Yeah.
So the police have declared a war on voters' bias.
See, it's laughable to me. It's laughable.
Why is it laughable? The police declare war on voters' bias.
It's more like the police are not truthful. I'm sorry to say so. Because
no, you don't think that police are not truthful. They're giving you signal, and also they also, if you watch what they say, we have mobilized FIB, that's Foreign Information Bureau operative against the vote bias.
Let's see how it goes. But to me, how possible is that? Because you see, the people that
They
distribute this
have
money,
over 23,100 security officials on
Don't-
ground.
almost all the previous elections that we had in this country, police mobilized even more than that. In some instances, they mobilized up to that. But you see vote buying here and there. You will see, okay, take for instance what happened in Kogi in 2019. So policemen aided the rigging of the election in Kogi. We have seen a situation whereby thugs will come and police will just stand and watch. You understand? So we pray that they are going to do something different this time around in Osun. The only thing that bothers me is now is that both at the electioneering campaign and the grand finale of the APC this thing, virtually PDP and the Labour Party, they are not on ground. Understand? So, and by now, whatever thing will happen in 2023, it's the prelude. What happened in all the elections now, the governorship election in Ekiti, the Osun, the coming Osun election, all the parties jostling for power in 2023, they're supposed to be represented. They're supposed to play active role in all these elections. Don't forget that. Look, it's the governors that stand and make sure that the party that is trying to take over the power, they make sure that both they protect the votes apart from the agents in all the polling stations, the polling units. The governors ensures that they have their interests well covered. You understand? So that is why, to me, Labour Party, PDP, and other political parties, they are not doing themselves good if they are not playing active role in all these elections.
All right. So before we go I wanted to talk about the tax, before tax.
Yeah.
Tax defaulter to face persecution
Dr. Israel.
in Nigeria.
Dr. Israel.
That would make a lot of sense for me, honestly.
It will make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
you know,
because
understand?
it will motivate
You
people
know,
to go and
to pay tax because
half of
if
people
you don't
pay tax.
they don't pay tax, and you discover who are those people that are going to enforce
And the
this.
foreigners use advantage of that to invest in Nigeria.
You are
But
talking
there's no
about
tax attached to it.
don't go too far. You are talking about foreigners. Politicians here, they only go and do their tax clearance when they are.
During election.
So, and this is somebody that you are talking about, say, to go and enforce law. The fact is that it's the ordinary people that pay taxes in Nigeria. The ordinary people that pay taxes. If you are talking about the big men, the politicians, if they should pay their taxes, Nigeria won't be suffering issue of saying, okay, we don't have money today, we are going to borrow this, we are going to borrow that. You understand? We have income tax. Take for instance like Abuja now. If they are paying property tax, you discover that most of the estates in Abuja here, they are empty. And nobody, they don't care. How estates here in Abuja, they are empty. Because they don't pay the property tax, they can afford to shut them for at least even 10 years, 5 years. It doesn't bother them. But in a situation whereby they are paying taxes, you discover that they will lease them out, even at any cost, to make sure that they recoup whatever thing they do and pay their taxes. But that is not the case. Okay, we are going to pay defaulters, they will be penalized. Who are they going to penalize? Who? They can penalize me. They can penalize you to say, okay, you will not. But the most big fishes out there, they don't penalize them. They can only go for their tax clearance when they are buying for election because they need that certificate to say, okay, tax clearance certificate to say to present to INEC. That is the only thing. And even that, I believe that there are still a way of manipulating to get it, because the process of getting that certificate, they will check all your income, check your everything about you, whether you are paying or not. If you are not paying, you are going to pay. But they don't do that.
All right. Here comes to the end of our program this morning on Aspheric News Break in the morning. If you are following us for the first time, please do. If you are watching us for the first time, please subscribe or like our page on Facebook, official Aspheric News, and please kindly follow us on our social media handles: Instagram Aspheric News, Twitter Aspheric News, LinkedIn Aspheric News. Do not forget to follow us specially, please, on our YouTube channel. Please follow our YouTube channel. We have some content that will drop on your YouTube channel that will interest you. Please do not forget to follow us. If you are following us on our YouTube channel, please do not forget to click on the notification button to get updated anytime we drop a content that will enable to follow us properly. Please, there's a number on the screen. Let's tell our story. Let's tell your story. Please send us a WhatsApp call us in or tell us, send us a WhatsApp message or send us your videos of a content that you want us to share. We want to share your story, especially you want to share your story. Whatever happening around you, want to share yourself, you want to share your story. Thank you, I remain blessed. Thank you. My name remains Israel Ibeleme, and with me here is Mustafa Abdul Malik. Thank you so much now. Thanks for watching our Spirit News this morning. Thank you, and bye for now.